President Trump is determined to keep the stock market climbing to new all-time highs, and recent policy moves show where this momentum is coming from. Every newborn in America may soon receive a $1,000 S&P 500 investment starter account at birth, all thanks to the new big beautiful bill. Headlines like these fuel optimism for markets and for families. In today's show, we're covering everything you need to know, from the big moves in the stock market, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, to what's driving the whole market right now. Stick around, because in the second half of the show, we're diving in to the hottest story in crypto, the BonkFun and Launch Lab breakout, and how it's shaking up Radium and the top Solana DEX we talked about just a few weeks ago. This is where the energy and the opportunity are right now in the crypto market, and in the world for that matter. But before we dive into these details, a quick note. President Trump is making a major announcement about tariffs today. We're filming before his press conference, so if there are any big updates, we'll talk about them in depth in our show tomorrow. So for now, let's set up the stage on what's happening in macro, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. This is the foundation for everything that's coming next. So first, let's talk about macro and majors. Let's dive into the numbers driving today's market's momentum. US equities are on a tear. The NASDAQ 100 buy the dip strategy is up nearly 32% year to date, the strongest start in the past 5 years. The S&P 500 keeps pushing higher, closing green every July on record. And historically, whenever the S&P 500 gains between 5 and 10% in the first half of the year, the second half closes 13 out of 15 times. And right now, the US equities make up the largest share of household assets ever recorded, all while President Trump's economic policies are setting new benchmarks. Big Beautiful Bill could mean every single newborn in America receives a $1,000 S&P 500 starter investment kit or account, putting generational wealth building in the spotlight. Tariff letters are going out today, targeting BRICS-aligned nations with a new 100% duty. This keeps global markets on high alert and can spark new waves of capital flowing into US assets. Banks are moving defensively, hoarding short-term T-bills as swap spreads flash warnings about potential deflationary shocks. Liquidity is a major theme. The Fed's primary credit facility balance is about to drop below zero, a sign that a liquidity squeeze could be on the horizon. These are the types of moves that smart money watches attentively, very, very closely. And Bitcoin continues to dominate headlines and portfolios. Over 50 million Americans now own Bitcoin, more than the number who own gold. And the latest rumor is that Strategy, Michael Saylor's company, are preparing another major Bitcoin purchase. And Japanese investment giant Metaplanet increased its holding to 15,555 BTC, now worth about $1.69 billion. And Bitcoin just logged its highest weekly close ever at $109,200. ETF inflows are hitting record highs, and Bitcoin volatility has dropped to a 20-month low. This signals a large-scale accumulation and a potential setup for a big move. And on the Ethereum forefront of things, it's flexing its network's strength. All of the top 5 chains by monthly inflows are either Ethereum Layer 1s or Layer 2s. ETH stands out as the go-to platform for builders and big money. ETH short interest is climbing, opening the door for a potential short squeeze that can fuel a quick rally. All while policy continues to move forward. We see that the House Ways and Means Committee recently held a hearing called Making America the Crypto Capital of the World. Elon Musk, of course, also announced his new political party will back Bitcoin, and regulation claims claims a front and center spot in the conversation, and the market is watching closely. Smart money is targeting altcoins. Uniswap is set to activate its free switch soon, with 182 million already accumulated by savvy investors. Solana leads the push for real-world asset tokenization, and Japan's Mina Bank, I hope I said it right, is pilots stablecoin tech with Fireblocks and Solana. Sui is posting the biggest 2-week price jump among major chains, and momentum is building across board. Analysts are actually calling for the most explosive altcoin move in 5 years. And history shows that when these metrics line up, an alt season often follows. And the data now signals that this is indeed a possibility. So all of these signals combined, stock market strength, new family wealth programs, defense banking moves, and crypto leadership combine to create one of the most exciting market backdrops we've seen in years. So with the majors leading and fresh capital entering the space, attention is quickly shifting to the platforms powering the next wave of crypto opportunity. This week, BonkFun actually pushed past a 51% market share for the first time, which is a clear sign of where the energy and volume are moving right now in the altcoin market. All eyes are on BonkFun and LaunchLab, the breakout platforms behind this momentum and the biggest story in crypto today. So let's break down exactly why they matter and what this means for Radium and the entire Solana ecosystem. Crypto's next big chapter is being written on platforms that are changing how new tokens get launched. And right now, 2 names are leading the way. It's BonkFun and LaunchLab. BonkFun is a platform that lets anyone launch a meme coin on Solana with just a few clicks. It's fast, community-driven, and it's designed to turn viral ideas into real tokens in seconds. Under the hood, BonkFun relies on LaunchLab, which is Radium's smart contract engine. LaunchLab handles all the heavy lifting, minting new tokens, creating liquidity pools, and wiring up the fee mechanics that power the entire system. Whenever you hear about a coin launching on BonkFun, LaunchLab, it's actually LaunchLab, making it all work behind the scenes. And the numbers tell the story. For instance, LaunchLab fees just overtook Radium's traditional swap revenue for the first time ever. In just the past 24 hours, LaunchLab has generated around $900,000 in fees, driven mostly by BonkFun's explosive 44% share of Solana's entire meme coin market. Radium's AMM swap fees have always been its main revenue stream. But LaunchLab is now out in the front. An AMM, or an automated market maker, decentralized system that lets anyone trade tokens instantly by tapping into pools of liquidity rather than matching buyers and sellers directly. This is the technology powering nearly all swaps on Radium and other decentralized exchanges. Every time a token launches through BonkFun or LaunchLab, a portion of the fees, plus 12% of AMM fees, gets used for automatic daily buybacks of Radium's native token, RIG. And at this moment, those buybacks are hitting about $110,000 per day. So if you annualize that, it's nearly 6% of Radium, or Ray's $575 million market cap, a powerful yield compared to most DEX tokens. These buybacks keep reducing the circulating supply and create constant buy pressure for Radium. And every meme coin launched on BonkFun or LaunchLab is required to list its first liquidity pool on Radium. This means all the trading volume and fee generation feeds directly into Radium, reinforcing its position as the top Solana DEX. And right now, nearly half of all Solana's meme token volume flows through LaunchLab contracts via BonkFun. So you see how the pace of growth is breaking records. Let's Bonk, BonkFun's branded dashboard, has now overtaken Pump.fun as the platform with the highest daily meme coin volume and number of token launches. And all of the fees and buyback Numbers are posted live for everyone to see, which is transparency at its best. I love this, which of course keeps drawing in more attention and new launches. And traders are watching closely. There's actually talk of Radium potentially reaching $6 or more if this level of activity and cash flow continues, which is a possible 3x or 3 times from its current price. This is a speculative target, of course, but the current numbers show a real shift in Radium's revenue mix and the case for holding Radium. So here's the bottom line. BonkFun is the easy-to-use front end. Launch Lab is the powerful engine under the hood. And Radium is the revenue that captures the liquidity and volume. Every launch feeds the ecosystem, and the cycle is accelerating with every new token. Daily fees, buybacks, and market share are the most important signals for anyone watching this space. Opportunities in crypto can move fast, and right now, BonkFun and Launch Lab are showing how quickly a new platform can take over the narrative and drive real numbers. These are the trends to watch, and this is where the action is happening. So let's wrap up today's show. Today, we looked at how President Trump's latest policies are pushing the stock market to new all-time highs and fueling the momentum across the economy. We broke down the surges in Bitcoin and Ethereum and tracked capital and attention into Bonk.fun, Launch Lab, and Radium on Solana. These are the shifts that shape every cycle's new winners. Watching the daily fees, buybacks, and the market shares reveal where the next opportunity is moving to next, where it's unfolding to or towards. And right now, this opportunity is already taking off. BonkFun and Launch Lab show how fast innovation can create new value in crypto. So while this is not financial advice, definitely not. I'm not telling you to go buy these tokens or to go over here. I am, however, sharing with you where attention is going because we know money flows where attention goes. So what I will say, if you do invest any money into any of these protocols and tokens I mentioned, do it with money that is expensible, not money you need for bills or for anything important in your life. Money that you consider gambling money, so to speak, because it has to be money that you won't cry over if for whatever reason, the trend moves somewhere else and attention stops hovering in this direction, and then therefore your value goes down, right? So you have to be mindful of that. Anyway, this is where attention is flowing to right now, which is why I brought you this content. So I hope you found value from it. And if you did, or have questions, please leave your comments and questions below. I do read each one. I love hearing from you guys. Happy Monday, by the way. And once again, if you found value in today's video, I just ask you like it. It means a lot to me. And share the video with a friend or family member. That probably means even more to me. So anyway, guys, I love you. Take care. It is going to be a very interesting week now that Elon has launched his new political party. So you can expect some Trump and Elon drama. But otherwise, it seems like Bitcoin doesn't care. And Bitcoin's going to pump no matter what. So good times, very exciting times, and I'll catch you guys in my video tomorrow. And if you want to dive even deeper into Radium and learn why this is one of the top opportunities in Solana, you may want to watch the full deep dive right over here.